Hey everybody, AcidRain64 here, and welcome back to another part of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. In the last part, we cleared out some upgrades, and also got a heart piece here on Death Mountain. And now we're going to go ahead and take on Turtle Rock. Now this dungeon is difficult, but not that difficult. I did look up a speed run just to be sure I was going to know what I was going to be able to do. Yeah, so I'm gonna get through this a little quickly, hopefully. I would recommend that when you come here that you have at least one green potion. I would maybe even recommend getting a blue potion. That way, if you're really running low on health, you can whip that out and use it and refill your magic also. But at least one green potion will do you pretty good. So let's go ahead and enter Turtle Rock, the final Dark World dungeon. So this signpost even warns you, says, Link, do you possess the medicine of magic? If not, I recommend against going any further. Yeah, because we're going to be using a lot of magic in this dungeon. Also, the Cave of Samaria, which we didn't really see in the 6th dungeon, but you can also use it to make these platforms appear. So you're going to need that for this part. And there's a bunch of these tracks that you'll have to go on throughout the dungeon. And you can actually make them stop and go separate ways on the tracks. But the first thing we want to do is come over here to the upper right. And the reason for this is that there's a key in this room. And in order to get it, you have to actually hit all of these torches here. And the way that the person did it on the speed run, they went up here and didn't hit these until they were about at this point. Okay, and that makes it so much easier. And then you have to actually get out of this room before the torches become unlit. And then you've got to make your way up this way. And I'm not going to use any unnecessary magic. I could use a magic cape to get through this really quickly, but I'm just going to play it safe here. So then we're going to come up here, magic, and there's a key. And there's our map, which we kind of don't need. Alright, so then let's head back this way. And now we're just going to go ahead and backtrack to that big room that we entered first. Okay, and this isn't the only place in the dungeon that will see these tracks. This is just the beginning of it. There's actually a point later on where you have to actually do it in the dark, but you don't have to light any torches, which is great, because that would be a huge pain in the butt. Okay, and for some reason I was like stuck there. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but... Okay, then now you have to take care of this guy, and you can actually kill him in one shot with a fire rod. And that's actually something I'm glad I remembered. The person in the speed run didn't do that, but I'm gonna stop talking about the speed run now. And then in here we got some chain chomps. So anyone who says that Link's Awakening was the first Zelda that had Mario stuff in it, then they could shove it, because this one also had stuff. The chain chomps. Even if they're not the same thing, they're the same idea. Okay, you could get a fairy here if you wanted to, but I'm not going to worry about it. You can come up here. This is just an area to restore some things. They've got some magic. But I would recommend, I mean, I guess you could technically make it through here if you had the halved magic meter. But if you don't have that, then I would really recommend coming in with a blue potion and a green potion. But if you have the half magic, then as long as you know what you're doing, you should be okay. But I'm hoping to not have to use that magic potion. Alright, so then we come into this room, and the first thing you want to do is take this first path of tunnels. And this is actually one of the coolest rooms in the game, in my opinion. You got lava on the floor, which is something you never really see. I just think it's really awesome. So then we got to hit this switch right here. And there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on in this room. We got lasers, we got anti-fairies, we got skulls. Which I'm not sure. Okay, I guess you can kill the skulls. Alright, but the main thing we want to kill is that big furry guy who was hopping around. Because apparently those guys are the only people that have keys in this dungeon. At least that's all we've seen so far. Okay. So I guess if you hit that switch again, you would prevent any of those anti-fairies from getting down there. Which actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Okay, so we're going to come to the middle here, and we get ourselves the big key already. And that is good. So now the only thing we're aiming for is the dungeon item and then the boss. Okay, there's a big magic refill if you need it. And then we want to come over here again. And we're just going to backtrack back to that room. And we're going to take the second tunnel that we passed, or that we didn't take because we took the first tunnel, if that makes sense at all. Okay. And that's going to put us right here. And I believe you do have to kill these guys. So, the fire rod makes these guys a joke, pretty much. If you happen to hit them, they'll split off into like 3 different things, and that could just end up really annoying. It's not that big of a deal, but the parts bounce around and get all crazy, and it's not very fun. So right here we have more eyeball lasers, and the item that we're actually going to get in this dungeon, which I thought was another defense upgrade, but you actually get that in the final dungeon. But the item you get here will actually allow you to block those lasers. So anyways, now we're on the outside of the dungeon, which is kind of weird. But what you want to do is teleport to the light world, and that puts us in front of a cave that you can only get through from the dark world. So we're going to head in here, and now we have a bunch of enemies we can take out. And this is actually going to lead us to a heart piece, which is nice. Okay, and the only way you can take these guys out is with arrows. So if you happen to come here, and you realize, you know, holy crap, I don't have any arrows. Okay, let me see if I can do this real quick. So I need to go do this, then go up. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, but I would make sure you have arrows before coming in here. But we can come up here and get the final heart piece of the game. That is number 24. We are done with heart pieces, and now I don't have to make those heart piece things anymore after this video, which is awesome. Saves me a lot of editing time, even though those are kind of simple to make. But anywho, now we're going to re-enter the dungeon at hand. Oh, lasers. Dang, those things really suck. And then, that's not the way we want to go. We want to backtrack and then take the right path. And unfortunately, we have to kill these guys again. Ah, dang it, I was hoping I could take out both of them with like one hit, because that would have been amazing. Okay, so we got the big key. But I'm trying to think of when we get the dungeon item. Okay, we'll ignore that for now. We'll come up here. Shit, do I want to ignore that? I mean, I took all the paths. Okay, I'll just assume that we're gonna loop back around there. And if I get to a point where I feel like I'm not gonna loop back around, then I'll worry about it then. Okay, so this. What the hey? Alright, apparently you can only come through that door, which is odd. Oh crap, that guy does like 2 hearts of damage, or 4 hearts of damage, or whatever it was. Oh snap, 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 snap. I know what I gotta do. I was trying to think when I would actually get that item, but we actually gotta go back outside and do that. I was too hung up on getting that heart piece, I guess. Which is okay. So we'll just take this path again, and we'll head back outside. And as far as I know, those lasers will only blast you when you're looking at them, I think. Okay, but anyways, we come over here. We can hookshot to the chest, and we get ourselves the mirror shield. You can now reflect beams that your old shield couldn't block. So now we are fully upgraded Link, essentially. There is one more defense upgrade we can get, and we'll get that pretty soon. But actually, we'll get it in the final dungeon. That's like the final item that you get. But anywho, so which way we want to go? Up here, right? Yeah. So in order to get this key, you kind of have to act pretty quickly, or else you'll take damage. Holy crap! All right, there we go. We can get ourselves the key. Then we got to hit that switch again, and that's that. Pretty simple. I think this dungeon can go really quick if you know what you're doing, which right here I don't really think I do know what I'm doing. Oh god. Okay, so let's see. If I remember correctly, the person went this path, and they went down from here, and they took a right, they went up, they went this way, this way, this way, this way. Nope. Damn it. Okay, up. To the left. Down. Down. Okay, I don't think that was the path they took, but it works. Okay, and that actually unlocks the door here. And we're going to take a right. Go back over here. Okay. And then there's going to be an intersection. This one? Yes, yes, that was it. Okay, sweet. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's pretty much the hardest room in the dungeon. Then we gotta run all the way through here. There's a key there, or there's a door that needs a key there. And in here is actually where we will pick up that key. Now, one thing to actually do to get past those lasers is if you actually stand like that, you can block them. Ah, darn it. That thing always is annoying. So you can actually do it backwards like this if you need to get to this side. But all I think these are going to have in them is rupees, which we don't really need. But we do want to get this one, which is a key, I believe. Yes. That's the only one we're interested in. Alright, so let's get back out of here. And then we can open this door, and we'll be on our merry way. Stupid eye wall lasers. Okay, I think we only have to hit that once. That should be the only time we have to hit it. Okay, we could get a lot of fairies here, and I'm gonna do that real quick. Maybe. Okay. Stupid Dodongo thing that just randomly appears here. Haven't seen you since Dungeon 1. Okay. And then we're gonna get you. Alright, sweet. Okay, maybe we have to hit it more than once, but that is okay. You know what, actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, wait. Okay, I'm gonna lay a bomb at you once, come back over here. Okay, and that, my friends, is called being crafty. Oh, I guess I didn't have to hit that. Okay, so now we come down here, and we are at the final room. So all we gotta do is make ourselves a track, give us a way to get across this chasm, an epic chasm, and then we can come through here and meet Trynex, the final Dark World boss, pretty much. So he has two heads. One is a ice head and one is a fire head. So all you gotta do is wait for the heads to come out, hit it with either the fire rod or the ice rod. Okay, and that one is defeated. And he's also gonna lunge his head at you, and then these things will shoot either fire or ice, respectively. Okay, one more hit, maybe. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can actually do this without using a fairy. Okay, so he's gonna retreat into there. And now you really don't need magic. Because all he's gonna do is he's gonna come out at you, and you just have to hit him right in the stomach a couple times. Okay, let's see. Oh, darn it. Well, it wasn't as clever as I thought it was gonna be, but that's okay. So that fairy's going to revive us. And then I bet it's only going to take one more hit, too. Jeez. There we go. Yep, just one more hit. Okay, but that is Trynex. Pretty simple, if you know what you're doing. Okay, and that is the final heart container in the game. We now have all the hearts, and we now have all the crystals. I appreciate your coming so far to rescue me, as I thought you are the legendary hero. I have felt this from the first time we met. Ganon is waiting inside of his tower to pass through the gate linking the two worlds. Once Ganon enters the light world, it is unlikely that anyone can stop him. But if he stays in the closed space of this world, you can find him wherever he runs. Now, go to the Tower of Ganon. We will use our combined powers to break the barrier. Let's return peace to the country without fail. Do you understand? Yes, I do. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Alright, so now we know our final objective. So, as we can see, there's no more crystal spots on the map. But there is one final skull waiting for us at the Tower of Ganon. So, next time on Let's Play Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, we will head over to Ganon's Tower and take him out. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this part, please feel free to subscribe me. Or, what? What was that? God, I can't talk. If you like this part, please feel free to just subscribe and do all that other good stuff. And please join me for the next part when we take down Ganon. So I will see you guys then. Oh my gosh, facepalm.